All right, Tom. Good old Tom. Okay, props and slowly breaking into environments, but stylized. That's the role you want to head into. Presentation is something I'm awful at. I mean, your thumbnails aren't too bad. I mean, you're getting into like, okay, what I will do is screenshot this, right? I'm gonna bring this into Photoshop, and then we're gonna look at each one of these thumbnails. So one thing I would suggest doing is, if you can, unify the background color of your thumbnails, but watch out for things like this. So you've got this tangent. You've got this tangent here and here, where basically the assets are really close to the edge. Even right here, it's like super close. Man, that freaks me out. So watch out for those. Let's click on this. It's a pretty interesting asset. It's missing all of the crazy roughness that it could have. Sounds good, Quantum. So like this, what is this material versus this, right? If you can get some like nice shiny like metal reflectiveness on these types of surfaces, that could be super cool. And then speaking on the thumbnail stuff, we're just gonna, since you're really wanting the push on presentation, let's just do this. Just gonna go in, we're gonna grab this thumbnail, and then we're gonna make it more interesting with no added content. Just gonna paint this black. I'm gonna dupe it, and we'll move it over here so we can do it again. So select this one. We're gonna paste this image here, and then I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna right click this image and just create a clipping mask. That way it's inside of the frame. And now with that, now I can move this around, right? So let's just scale this down and just look at what we can do. So like, I mean, that is interesting. See, it's like if you're gonna clip the edge, like I just commit to it, right? And I would get even more picky if you end up really liking it angled like this, but then you have this little, oh man, I need to hang on here. Pixel grid, there we go. And you have this little piece here, I would just straight up paint it out. It's a thumbnail. Don't worry about it. Really get that contrast going in here. Anyways, so we've got this one. So that's kind of cool, right? Yeah, thumbnails are freaking everything. I see that. I want to click that. I see this one, and I don't know if it's 3D or not. With this angle, I'm like, that's 3D. I want to see more. Whereas this one, I'm not sure, but I see enough that I don't need to click it. Let's go look at this camera one. So this one's cool. I usually hesitate to say posting like just high poly stuff, but I mean, you stated it's just high poly. I think that's okay. This one I would almost say maybe if you brought this in. Oh, that looks super fancy. I'll grab this one too. Let's grab both of them. We'll shrink these down. And I would say maybe, let's just do this. Maybe we grab this one. I'll just copy it and delete that layer. And then let's grab this one. And we'll use maybe this angle. Delete this one. Oh. Paste that. So now we got these two images, right? Maybe we can frame these in a way where they can fit in the, I don't know. Let's see. So dupe these or combine them. I'll make another layer, just kind of fill in behind it with the color of the background from the image. Merge these together, and let's bring this up here. Let's just dupe this, put this up here. Select that, and we'll make a clipping mask. And we'll bring it over here. See, like even that, super interesting. And the fidelity is there, right? All the details there. I would hesitate to make these smaller. Like maybe you would make one for this one separately. I don't know, man. I actually think you could get away with just... This is why I would say maybe having your other camera is like in another scene, in another file, and just committing to this one being its own model, and just put another camera over here for another high poly. These ones, oh man, dude, these look cool. Let's get in here. Are you all right with me working on the presentation for this, for your review? Top 3 weapons. These 3 here. Dude, this looks pretty sick too. Let's see here. Yeah, see, I would remove this background for the overall. I actually kind of like that presentation down there. And the little icon too, that's great. Let's grab this. Paste. Clipping mask. Man, this one's kind of difficult because of the shape of it. I wonder if you could dupe it, maybe make some... I'm just going to copy paste it so it's just been flattened out. Just going to do some levels on here. So you want your full range. You want to make sure that you have your highlights and your dark values as well. Let's dupe it and then filter. Let's do a blur, Gaussian blur. That's too much. Then do maybe like a screen. And then a mask. Invert the mask. And then soften this up. Oh, I'm sorry. And then let's paint that in. Really lower that opacity. And then you just paint in where those highlights are. Right? And leave it as that. And you're good. Okay, what was this one? Oh, man. Is that this one? Man, I wouldn't even... Okay, hang on. Yeah, see, this is cool. This is very different from the rest of the stuff here. The blurry thumbnail looks great. I would just take this. Clip this one. And just put the house there. Because then it's bringing variety to your portfolio, you know? You could just straight up frame the whole thing if you wanted. So you could do this. Or you could focus on like a detail. Just want to make sure it's not too big. Like that, even that's kind of interesting. You're like, oh, what is that? But I still think I really like the shrinking it down. Just want to make sure that you're not getting too much of the space on the sides here. Yeah. All right. What is this one? This one looks cool. What is this? Yeah, dude. So this one actually is kind of lacking the saturation that the rest of your stuff seems to have. So keep that in mind. And you have a lot of angles in here that you might not even need. I actually think your thumbnail here is all right. It just is lacking that. Jacob, that's a great question. Would you recommend photoshopping your thumbnails or leaving them as they look in engine? So if you do any photoshopping, it's usually to maybe sharpen the details a little bit or to add like some post bloom, or looking at your histogram range and kind of trying to adjust those. But I wouldn't go beyond that. I wouldn't go too crazy because you still want it to look close to like what you saw in the engine, you know. We're just gonna look at this really fast here. You turn your, because like for example, like I don't want to turn my saturation up on this, but I'm gonna do it just so that I can show or illustrate. Like, see how much there's so much stuff going on there that you're just not seeing because it's just missing that color that I think the rest of your work has. And I almost wonder, let's take this one. We'll move it over here for now. Like this, clipping mask. You do something like that, or maybe you can focus on the stuff down here. It's super saturated what I just did. But yeah, I think this is more engaging or interesting. And then it's more of like deciding what you want to focus on. I mean, I know that showing the whole thing is really nice. Like even that already looks, I guess, more interesting than. See, I'm just using what you have already. Yeah. Anywho, let's look at the this next one here. So these, I mean, all these props are pretty nice. Framing wise, this one I would say is all right. You could get closer and just focus in on like this detail here. Oh yeah. Okay, now I want to do it. We got 3 minutes left here. Mm-hmm. Because this focuses on like your material work. Like that's so interesting to me. I want to click that now. Nancy, what's up? How you doing? It's 9:20. All right, let's look at this one. Dang, that's cool. Such an interesting. Oh my gosh. Dude, that level up though. This is 4 months ago. What's this one? 13 days ago? Yo. You've done some you've been growing. Oh man, dude, these God, I hate the. No, stop. Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh. That final shot. Hang on here. Oh yeah, dude. Okay. So in yours, dang, these first three are killer. Dude, I'd actually remove these last two and just keep moving. Keep moving forward. But you can see how what I'm doing is actually just kind of focusing in on like dude, just seeing this part. You're like, ooh, what is that? Or like just kind of focusing on that because we know what this all looks like, right? Let's look at your levels here. Yeah, dude. I'm nerding out now. See, there's certain elements of your most recent assets that look really good. Like it's a little blurry in here. Like detail wise, it feels like there's a lot that's trying to be said. Yeah, the top two are a different level for sure. So I feel like you could just This one's kind of difficult to frame. I'm just going to clip that top edge there. We'll just see. See if this continued down. I think that would look pretty good. We'll just fill it with a similar color so we can get like the overall. Oh man, I kind of want to start painting. This is bad. You can see it's just more engaging angles. Oh, even this one looks really. Is that your model or is that the... Dang, dude. Look at that. Oh, spicy. Yeah, that's sick. Okay. And then this one. I think this one's my favorite. My favorite. Just look at this and you're like, what the hell is that? See, we're getting tangent city going on here. Careful. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, you see this highlight too with the metal? Oh my gosh. No, I don't want that. Filter, Gaussian blur, screen, invert. I just need to make that into a script. Actually, I'm just going to do full blast. Highlight there, highlight here, some there, and then just take the whole layer and then just take it and kill it basically and then bring it up just a little bit. I think we can... Oh. There you go. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, your work is really, really leveled up. I mean, honestly, you could probably... So if we just do this, you could probably remove this piece and these two, and you're immediately substantially stronger, like in your overall portfolio. Some good stuff in here though. I'm really looking forward to seeing more from you now because like this recent stuff is like a huge upgrade. So good job. Good job. But yeah, Tom, you got any questions before I move forward? Round of applause, everyone. What's up, Art Bobber? How you doing? I have a question regarding the camera and the sculpts. How do you present a project with several assets? You can put them together in the thumbnail as long as there's not too many of them. But if they're like hard surface like that, like this one, I mean, you did put them together in here. I would just make a separate post for each one of these, honestly. And then just like call it, like, give it a series name under it. Like, I think that's what Alex Bidos. See, he's got like a series, Exploration Sweden Malmo, or like Malta. So you could make a series called like Hard Surface, like, and then say the camera type under it, and then just do each camera. So then it's more of a series and not just a single post. If you did that, I would actually leave this in here. I think you'd still remove this one and this one, and maybe have the building separate from the swords. See, the swords here, this post doesn't even need to exist. If you end up texturing this building, just leave, like, move these inside with these ones, and then delete this post, maybe make a post for the building, and that's it. You're afraid that when you separate it, it's too much to click on? I mean, that's when you start making the choice of like how many you have, right? I mean, look, there's tons of click on in here. Don't be afraid. It's okay. I wouldn't let and I mean, I'm kind of past this point, but I wouldn't let your list of your thumbnails, I wouldn't let it go past like 3 unless you're like a material artist. Trust in yourself. Just post more. It's fine. Break it up. It'll look nice. And these top ones, these are spicy, man. These are spicy meatballs. I like them.